Welcome to another Game a Day by Zay, presented to you by the Ask Isaiah YouTube page. I'm Isaiah Rhodes, and today's presentation will be Game 3 of the Milwaukee Bucks versus the Brooklyn Nets semifinals series in the Eastern Conference. Now, the Bucks are coming off of a shellacking. The Nets defeated the Bucks 125 to 86. No one shot well from the floor. The premier players on the Bucks, Giannis Antetokounmpo, Chris Middleton, Drew Holiday struggled, and the Nets got everything they wanted. Right now, the Bucks season is on the brink, considering the fact that they had so many expectations coming into this playoffs. They traded for Drew Holiday in the offseason, extended him during the season to a 4-year deal, and the additions of PJ Tucker and growth of the the players within the Mike Budenholzer system around Giannis Antetokounmpo was expected to make huge strides in the playoffs, especially coming off of the Eastern Conference Finals loss to Toronto in 2019 and a semifinal sweep. Pardon me, not sweep, but a five-game series in which they lost to Miami in 2020. Now, the Brooklyn Nets obviously have high-powered offense. They have Kevin Durant. They have Kyrie Irving. They're missing James Harden for the second consecutive game with a hamstring strain, but nevertheless, that hasn't stopped their offense from clicking. If anything, it's opened up opportunities for role players like Bruce Brown, Blake Griffin, Joe Harris, Landry Shamet, and others. Now, this Bucks team here at home will definitely have to step up their game. They have to get better shooting the basketball, and they have to look to defend at a higher clip. As I say that, Bruce Brown misses a layup. Who gets the rebound? Giannis Antetokounmpo. He takes it coast to coast and slams it home, giving the Bucks a 4-0 lead. Now, the first basket for the Bucks came from Chris Middleton, who struggled all the way around in this series. He had 13 points in Game 1, struggled from the floor. In Game 2, he shot 7 for 20 and just couldn't get it going offensively. So now here at home, he'll definitely look to have a better offensive game in support of Giannis Antetokounmpo. Antetokounmpo misses the straightaway three from the top of the key, trying to get the offensive rebound is PJ Tucker, but it's deflected out of bounds. Now PJ Tucker is starting. He's been starting since Dante DiVincenzo, the Swiss Army knife for the Bucks, has been sidelined for the rest of the playoffs with a tendon tear in his foot. So him being out definitely changes up their rotation. It changes up how they utilize guards because of Dante DiVincenzo being such a versatile player. You can utilize different lineups in different ways. He can handle the basketball. He can shoot. He can score. He can literally do anything that Budenholzer needs, especially as a low maintenance player. Now, Giannis Antetokounmpo has to be much more aggressive here and set the tone. I mentioned the 125 to 86 victory for the Nets. That was a 39-point victory. It's the largest lead. It's the largest margin of victory for any Nets playoff game in franchise history. In this series, Giannis has been really good numbers-wise. 26 points, 62% from the floor, 11 rebounds, 4 assists. But the majority of that came in Game 1, where he had 34 points, 11 rebounds, and 4 assists. In Game 2, only 18 points. He shot 2 of 7 from the free throw line, and that's been a point of contention for critics for Giannis in this playoffs. He hasn't shot well from the free throw line in the playoffs. He's 3 of 11 in this series, and for the playoffs, he's shooting 54%. So this Bucks team, again, they have to settle down here at home. At home, role players play much better. The crowd will definitely provide some momentum for the Bucks early, but the key will be, can they sustain it late? Once the Nets settle in offensively and really get used to the crowd noise and things of that nature, now you have to execute. Now you have to knock down shots consistently, and that's where we're going to see, can the Bucks hold on. Kevin Durant misses a mid-range jumper, free throw line extended. Another rebound for Giannis Antetokounmpo. He's looking to go right at Blake Griffin. Griffin has played spectacular in this series. That doesn't stop Blake Griffin at the top. Pardon me, that doesn't stop Giannis at the top of the free throw line. Able to get a floater over Blake Griffin. Griffin had 18 points, 14 rebounds in Game 1, and really provided the energy necessary to uh, lead the Nets from a scrappy standpoint. Obviously, he's not the Blake Griffin he once was in the mid 2010s, but just in terms of sacrificing and doing the dirty work necessary to make up for the likes of Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving, he's definitely stepped into that role with gusto and has helped this Nets team go up 2-0. Chris Middleton with Kyrie Irving on him, he kicks it out to Drew Holiday. They work it to PJ Tucker, who finds another slam for Giannis Antetokounmpo, and the Bucks now lead 9-0. 8:25 left to go here in the first quarter. Giannis Antetokounmpo is setting the tone already with 7 of the 9 points. Can the Bucks sustain this? That remains to be seen. But so far, Giannis Antetokounmpo and the Bucks are here to put their imprint on this series. This is a Game of Day by Zay, presented to you by the Ask Isaiah YouTube page. I'm Isaiah Rhodes. Stay tuned. Welcome back, as this is a Game of Day by Zay, presented to you by the Ask Isaiah YouTube page. The Bucks lead the Nets now 9-2 as Bruce Brown gets a floater out of that Nets timeout. Going into that timeout, the Bucks led 9-0. Giannis Antetokounmpo already with 7 points and 3 of 5 from the floor. The Nets, prior to that Bruce Brown basket, was 0 for 7. They were 0 of 7 and had 2 turnovers. So far, at least at the early stages of this game, the Bucks have come out with a renewed energy that has allowed for them to move the basketball, uh, keep others involved, and just really hustle. They know that their season is on the line at this point. So many expectations for this Bucks team are on the shoulders of Giannis Antetokounmpo, Chris Middleton, and Drew Holiday. And if they don't come to play, uh, again, the Bucks season is over. Middleton already with his second field goal, 2 of 3 from the floor. Milwaukee leads 11-2. And as I say that, Kevin Durant knocks in a mid-range jumper from the left wing to cut the deficit to 7, 11-4. Drew Holiday at the rim misses the layup. Offensive rebound, Giannis Antetokounmpo. And over the back, Blake Griffin has to wrap him up to prevent an easy opportunity for a layup. Giannis Antetokounmpo, again, has been tasked with carrying a Milwaukee franchise that hasn't won a championship since 1971, when Lou Alcindor uh, was the franchise pillar. Since then, they've been to another finals with uh, Lou Alcindor, who turned into uh, what he's better known as now, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, and they lost to the Celtics in 1974 in a tough 7-game series. This is when they had Oscar Robertson on his last legs at that point. Since then, they have not been back to the finals. This Giannis Antetokounmpo-led franchise has been on the brink of a championship for a number of years now, and to be where they are with the system that they have, the shooters that they have, uh, the the solid coaching that they have, many people expect them to be a lot better than what they performed in the postseason. Giannis Antetokounmpo reinvested with this franchise when he signed to Supermax in his previous offseason, and really showing the the small market fan base that you don't have to chase rings to have an opportunity to be a champion. Well, he's going against the very difference in which he was the very opposition to which he's going against. Super teams like the Brooklyn Nets are the pillar of champions right now. And at the core of that is Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant had previously won 2 championships on the Golden State Warriors, who already had Steph Curry, who already had Klay Thompson, who had already won 73 games. His addition to that made them unbeatable. This Nets team has the talent. Are they as unbeatable as that Warriors team? I don't think so. But they definitely stepped up to every challenge. And against this Bucks team, even with them struggling from the field right now, you know that they're not out of the game. They have the skill, they have the shooting, and again, they have the confidence of a Kevin Durant, Kyrie Irving. Giannis Antetokounmpo is trying to stop all of that. He just previously missed 2 free throws in horrible fashion. That hasn't stopped him from attacking, as he's now 4 of 7 from the floor, 9 points with 5 rebounds. Bruce Brown, another floater, misses it off the back rim, rebounded by Brook Lopez. He gets it to Giannis. Milwaukee holding the Nets to 2 of 13 shooting. PJ Tucker thought about a three. Goes to Chris Middleton. 3-point shot for Middleton is good. So now the Bucks up 12, 16-4. Look to continue this momentum. Middleton already 3 or 4 from the floor. 7 points. Good defense from PJ Tucker. Almost had a steal against Kevin Durant. Durant saves it. They're working around to Blake Griffin. Griffin takes a three. Makes the three. Tough shot if you're Giannis Antetokounmpo. You just shake his hand. Because if Blake is taking those threes under the rest, tough closeout, again, you got to just shake his hand. Middleton and Antetokounmpo have all 16 of the Bucks' points right now. And Middleton will be going to the free throw line for 2 as he draws another foul, this time against Bruce Brown. As we look at the previous 3 set up by Giannis Antetokounmpo's penetration, he drops to the left, finds PJ Tucker in that left corner. As PJ is getting ready to spot up for that corner 3, which everybody is used to, he kicks it to Chris Middleton, who was in stride, ready to shoot it, and he knocked it down. Coming into the game is Landry Shamet and Nicholas Claxton. Both played exceptionally well in Brooklyn in Game 2, especially Shamet, who was able to get it going in that third quarter. Shamet in a game on Monday was able to knock down 3 3-pointers. 3 of 5 from the floor. He had 9 points. He was plus minus was plus 24 while he was on the floor in 16 minutes. Nicholas Claxton trying to get a bucket inside is deflected by Brook Lopez. So, Bucks lead by 11, 18-7. 8 on the shot clock, Nets basketball. PJ Tucker guarding Kevin Durant at the top of the key. Durant kicks it to Joe Harris. Harris unable to knock it down. That's a shot that Harris was making at length in Brooklyn. What a move by Giannis Antetokounmpo. As he works his way left and spins back to the right, got Nicholas Claxton right under the rim, pump faked and slammed it home. So an aggressive Antetokounmpo now has the Bucks up 13, 20-7. Kyrie Irving tries to stop the bleeding with a mid-range jumper. So now it's 20-9. Antetokounmpo with 11 points, 5 of 8 from the floor, 6 rebounds. Holiday having a tough series so far. Gets it to Antetokounmpo. Antetokounmpo going against Claxton. Fadeaway jumper for Antetokounmpo off the glass. The bank is open. Antetokounmpo in his zone tonight. He might have to go for a 40-point night just to keep the Bucks in this game. Mid-range jumper for Durant, no good. 3:44 remaining in the first. Jrue Holiday attacking. Kicks it to PJ Tucker. The 3-point shot off the side of the backboard, no good. The crowd was ready to erupt off that 3. Kyrie Irving tries to respond with a 3 of his own. He misses off the back rim. And the Bucks will call timeout to slow things down. Coach Mike Budenholzer doesn't like the execution he's seeing right now. But the Bucks are in control. They have the crowd behind him. And they're up 13, 22-9. This is a Game of Day by Zay presented to you by the Ask Isaiah YouTube page. I'm Isaiah Rhodes. Stay tuned. Welcome back, because this is a Game of Day by Zay presented to you by the Ask Isaiah YouTube page. I'm Isaiah Rhodes. The Bucks lead the Nets 22-9 here in Game 3 of the Eastern Conference semifinals. Both teams are battling for Eastern Conference supremacy. When you look at what the Nets have assembled over the last 2 years to bring in Kyrie Irving and bring in Kevin Durant, although both were injured last year, both supremely skilled in hunt for multiple championships on their side. They bring in James Harden for good measure, and Harden really sustained their season while both Durant and Irving were out for an extended period of time for a myriad of reasons. Now, both Durant and Irving have to hold it down while James Harden is battled with a hamstring injury going back to the latter part of the regular season, and he just hasn't quite gotten over. Antetokounmpo thought about a fadeaway, kicks it to Chris Middleton. Top of the key, Middleton able to knock down the three despite the outstretched arms of Kevin Durant on the closeout. So now the Bucks are up by 16, 25-9. 25-9. We look at the team stats on both sides. The three-point shooting for the Bucks is at an all-time high right now, shooting 3 of 7 from 3, and they get another three-point basket. Now they're up 28-9. Chris Middleton, 3 of 3 from 3, 15 points already. Kevin Durant trying to stop the bleeding with the 3 of his own. He misses it. 2 minutes left here in the first quarter. Bucks trying to keep their season alive, come out desperate, getting every shot they want. They're attacking defensively. Right now, the Nets just aren't making shots. They're getting the same shots they got in game 1, game 2 and game 1, to be quite honest with you. When you look at the efficiency in game 2 specifically, the Nets shot 52%. From 3, they shot 50%. But tonight, it's a stark contrast as the Nets 4 of 22 from the floor, 18%. They're 1 of 9 from 3, and they just haven't been able to get things going. Kevin Durant can't stop Giannis Antetokounmpo from getting downhill. Antetokounmpo gets in there and won 30-9, 1 minute 30 seconds left. Antetokounmpo, who struggled from the free throw line, will have an opportunity to complete the N1. As we look at Antetokounmpo getting downhill, he takes the screen against Mike James. Durant is there with Nicholas Claxton. Durant moves out the way. Claxton takes the contact, gets the N1. Giannis now looking to go to the free throw line. The free throw line is really the only area where Antetokounmpo has been struggling so far, 1 of 4 from the free throw line. But he has 15 points, and we still have 1:30 left here in the first quarter. Free throw for Antetokounmpo, no good. Rebounded by Shannon. Mike James trying to find Kevin Durant. PJ gets the foul. He's trying to politic against Kevin Durant's post position. PJ Tucker's working defensively. He can't make anything easy against one of the greatest scorers to ever live. Durant with the fadeaway on cue, can't knock it down. Giannis Antetokounmpo with another rebound. So we're approaching 1 minute to play here in the first quarter. Bucks up 30-9. Drew Holiday tried to kick it out to Bobby Portis. Portis unable to get the pass clean. It's deflected out of bounds. 14 on the shot clock. Antetokounmpo against Nicholas Claxton. Antetokounmpo looking to attack Claxton, and we got a carry against Antetokounmpo. A rare call in today's NBA, the carry. Obviously a violation, but again, it's a rare call that referees make. Blake Griffin is on the bench. He's talking with James Harden. Again, Blake Griffin has played exceptionally well in this series, specifically with his effort against Giannis Antetokounmpo. I mentioned Antetokounmpo averaging 26 points, shooting 62%, but Blake Griffin has been one defender, especially in the post, being 6'9", being able to be a body that is an irritant against Antetokounmpo, making it difficult. Antetokounmpo is going to get his points, but who's making it difficult possession in, possession out? Blake has been doing that tonight. He hasn't been quite able to do it because he already has 2 fouls, so he had to go to the bench. Durant, fadeaway jumper over PJ Tucker. Tough defense, PJ Tucker, just better offense from, again, one of the greatest offensive players to ever play the game. Durant, 2 of 7 from the floor, 4 points. Drew Holiday looking to get a 3. He can't knock it down. There's a 7-second differential between shot clock and game clock. Nets with possession, 23 seconds left in the quarter. Mike James with the basketball. James, floater off the backboard, no good. Great defense there by Pat Connaughton. So 10 seconds left in the quarter. Drew Holiday with the basketball. going against Joe Harris. The Bucks up 19, looking to put the kill shot in. Jrue Holiday turns it over at the buzzer, so the Nets able to stave off another basket. But again, the Bucks just doing every single thing that they want to do right now. We look at the efficiency from the Bucks: 57% from the floor, 38% from three. Giannis Antetokounmpo already with 15 points, 7 rebounds. Then you got Chris Middleton playing exceptionally well out the gate here in the first quarter. 15 points as well, 5 of 7 from the floor, 3 of 3 from 3. And those two players have set the tone for this Bucks team, who understands the sense of urgency. They understand the significance of this game, and they're trying to keep their season alive. Bucks up by 19, 30-11 here in the first quarter. This is a Game of the Day by Isaiah, presented to you by the Ask Isaiah YouTube page. I'm Isaiah Rhodes. Stay tuned. Welcome back as we start the second quarter. Nets trying to get something going here. 2 baskets already to start the quarter. 30-15, the previous basket made by Kyrie Irving. Now with 6 points, 3 of 7 from the floor. Going into that second quarter, the Bucks just getting everything they want offensively. They're on a high because of the crowd pushing this team, trying to sustain this season as best as can. Giannis Antetokounmpo and Chris Middleton have led the charge, each with 15 points here in the first quarter. Now, as the game settles down, can the Bucks sustain this level of shooting? Giannis Antetokounmpo straightaway 3, he misses it. Landry Shamet steps into a 3 of his own, makes it. So that right there is a 6-point swing. It's a wide open Giannis 3, which the Bucks want him to take. He misses it badly. Landry Shamet steps into a 3 of his own. Head coach Mike Budenholzer slows things down, calls a timeout. 30-18. Bucks lead the Nets. 10:47 left in the first half. Stay tuned for more. This is a Game of the Day by Isaiah, presented to you by the Ask Isaiah YouTube page. I'm Isaiah Rhodes. Stay tuned. Welcome back. Bucks lead the Nets 30-18, but the Bucks starting to show some slippage. The Nets on a 7-0 run to start the second quarter. Kyrie Irving guarded by Brent Forbes. Forbes just missed a 3 from the right corner. Kyrie Irving takes a 3 over Forbes at the top of the key. He misses it. Rebounded by Jrue Holiday. Holiday over to Brook Lopez. Brook Lopez right wing 3. He misses it short. Shamet gets the rebound. Shamet previously knocked in the 3 to send in the Bucks into a timeout. Blake Griffin finds Kyrie Irving. Great setup for Landry Shamet. Off the left wing, he misses a 3. Goes off the right side of the backboard straight to Chris Middleton. Middleton, guarded by Bruce Brown. Set up off a screen by Giannis. Giannis thought about a step-back jumper. Instead, gives it back to Middleton. Holiday, attacking Shamet. Spins back to the right baseline, takes the fadeaway jumper, and knocks it down. Jrue Holiday has to get it going for the Bucks in this series, struggling offensively, which is a stark contrast from what we saw against the Heat. But the offseason acquisition of Jrue Holiday is supposed to improve the defensive side of the basketball and also just provide better offensive versatility than what Eric Bledsoe provided for some years. Holiday is an NBA veteran. He hasn't really gotten enough playoff experience, but again, his experience as a vet definitely proves dividends for this Bucks team. And PJ Tucker commits a foul against Kevin Durant off the inbound. 9:23 left in the first half. Bucks up 14, 32-18. Bruce Brown over to Durant. Durant on the baseline finds Bruce Brown. Floater for Brown. He's gotten a number of those shots here in the first half. He finally is able to get one to fall. So here in this quarter, Brooklyn 4 of 6 from the floor. Bucks 1 of 4. Chris Middleton mid-range jumper falls short. Rebounded by Kyrie Irving. Irving. Great bounce pass to Bruce Brown again. And Bruce Brown, despite being 6'4", is definitely asked to set up a lot of screens. Uh, and he plays defensively in a lot of post positioning, very similar to a center or power forward. So he's really a point forward in some respects. Very, very low maintenance in how he runs uh, and gets his offense. He's more of a hustle player. He'll do the little things. Again, very skilled in how he can handle the basketball, but how he's used in this system for the Nets is almost like a big man. They set up another basket for Bruce Brown. Great setup there by Mike James as he works the baseline, finds Brown back in the middle of the paint, and Brown able to get a left-handed floater to fall. Missed layup by Drew Holiday now gives the Nets an opportunity to get this to within 2 possessions. They trail by 8 right now with 7:50 left in the first half. Mike James thought about a three instead of attacks. Finds Bruce Brown again off the glass over Brook Lopez, and Budenholzer has to call another timeout. 32-26, 7:43 to play. Bruce Brown on his own personal 6-0 run right now, and the Nets have things rolling. Stay tuned for more. This is a Game of Day by Zay, presented to you by the Ask Isaiah YouTube page. Stay tuned for more. Welcome back. This is the Game of Day by Zay, presented to you by the Ask Isaiah YouTube page. The Nets have stormed back now within 6. They trail by 19 at the end of 1. The Nets right now here in the second quarter already 7 of 9 from the floor. 7:29 to play. Giannis Antetokounmpo comes out of the timeout off the pick and roll with Chris Middleton, and Giannis able to draw Blake Griffin's third foul. Tough call there. Blake Griffin and the Nets are uh, lobbying for Steve Nash to challenge this call. It's a tough call and puts the Nets in a difficult situation because Blake has been such a force defensively, and just his energy has contributed to the Nets' first 2 wins. That him being on the bench for an extended period of time allows for Giannis to get things going offensively in a much easier fashion, and that's what the Bucks need ad nauseum right now, as they're on their heels as the Nets are trying to come back. So we'll be back to give you the results of this challenge. Nets are challenging the foul called against Blake Griffin, in which it would send Giannis Antetokounmpo to the free throw line for 2. Stay tuned for more. This is a Game of Day by Zay. Isaiah Rhodes. Stay tuned. Welcome back. As the challenge for the Nets is unsuccessful, Blake Griffin was shown, while he did try to remain vertical with his body, his right hand did come across Giannis's left arm, and that's where they call the foul. So Giannis makes the first free throw, and we got a violation on the second free throw um, against Giannis. He took more than 10 seconds to shoot his free throw. A lot of controversy came with that, going back to Game 1 against the Heat, which actually helped send the game into overtime because Giannis was called for a 10-second violation at the free throw line. The Bucks ended up pulling out that game with the Chris Middleton jumper with 5/10 of a second left. But since then, a lot has been made about Giannis' free throw routine and how long he actually takes to make his free throws. In Brooklyn, actually, the Nets had the free throw timer up on the Jumbotron every time Giannis was going to the free throw line, but the NBA asked the Nets to stop doing that. So obviously, the trolling somewhat worked to a degree. Giannis has struggled at the free throw line, but the thing about it is that there's been so many players that have taken so long at the free throw line. You rarely see that call ever made, and it was against one of the premier superstars of this league. So a lot was made about that. But again, it is in the rule book. You can't take more than 10 seconds at the free throw line, or it would be a violation. Right now, the Nets get another basket from Bruce Brown already with 10 points here in the first half. Nets now trail by 3, 33-30, and you get a stop against Brook Lopez at the rim. Foul called against Bruce Brown. But again, Bruce Brown playing exceptionally well, especially out of that uh, out of that free throw line extended area. They're using him in the pick and roll, and he's been able to catch the ball in the middle and utilize that space in between the semicircle and the free throw line to knock in his floaters. Bruce Brown 10 points in this quarter, 12 overall for the game. 3 on the shot clock. Drew Holiday at the rim. Misses another layup, and PJ Tucker going for the rebound. Pokes Kevin Durant in the eye, so it'll be a foul against PJ. 5:54 to play. Nets trail by 3 right now, and a lot of opportunities at the rim for the Bucks aren't falling here in the second quarter. You're looking at Giannis Antetokounmpo with 15 points to start the game. He brought a lot of different energy. You see Chris Middleton getting out of his shooting slump, knocking down the threes, but the Nets have stayed the course. They've been able to attack, get quality shots here in this quarter. They're 9 of 11 from the floor, in stark contrast to the Bucks, who are 1 of 11 from the floor here in this second quarter. A missed 3 by Kevin Durant, a contested 3, leads to a Giannis 3, which misses horribly once again. These 3-point shots for Giannis are not working here in this game, and it's really going to come back to haunt the Bucks if they aren't able to get quality scores, because when he misses a 3 and the team comes back and scores, that's a big swing. He misses a 3. Now Bruce Brown takes a 3. He barely misses. So Bucks able to dodge a bullet there. But again, these missed 3s by Giannis, he's already all 4 here in the first half. Bruce Brown able to catch Giannis on the spin. His go-to spin was read perfectly by Bruce Brown, almost forced the Bucks turnover. But Chris Middleton able to dive on the ball with 8 seconds to play. And we'll see if this is a jump ball or a timeout. We look at the stop, though, as Nicholas Claxton is backpedaling towards the paint. Giannis spins right back to the middle. He starts left, spins back right. Bruce Brown timed it perfectly. Kevin Durant couldn't quite get to it, and it'll be a jump ball. So it'll be Chris Middleton against Kyrie Irving. Chris Middleton against Kyrie Irving. If the Bucks win the tip, they have 8 seconds on the shot clock, and the Nets win the tip, and we got a foul against Pat Connaughton going for the loose ball. Kevin Durant knocked off of his square just a bit. So 4:48 to play. It's a 1-possession game. The Bucks went into the second quarter up by 19. It's 30-11. In this quarter, the Bucks have only scored 3 points. Kyrie Irving trying to inbound it to Nicholas Claxton. It's deflected out of bounds by Bobby Portis. So you look at the lineups on the floor for the Nets: Kyrie Irving, Bruce Brown, Kevin Durant, Nicholas Claxton, and Joe Harris. For the Bucks, Giannis Antetokounmpo, Bobby Portis, Pat Connaughton, Chris Middleton, and Drew Holiday. Fadeaway jumper for Durant, no good. It rims out. Pat Connaughton skies for the rebound. Great hustle for Pat Connaughton. Bucks need a basket in the worst way. Giannis Antetokounmpo attacks Joe Harris. Instead of going up for 2, he kicks it back out to Pat Connaughton. The foul's called. Look at Bryn Forbes coming back to the game. Bucks trying to get more shooting out there. They've gone cold. Antetokounmpo heads to the bench. Drew Holiday trying to kick it across to Bryn Forbes, and we got a foul. Good steal there by Kevin Durant as he read the cross-court pass perfectly, able to draw the foul. And the Bucks have to be careful because now they're in the bonus. Now the Bucks are in the bonus, and Kevin Durant will go to the free throw line. 4:25 to play here in the first half. Durant in this series, pardon me, in the playoffs, shooting 56% from the floor. He's averaging just under 31 points per game. Here in this series, he's averaging 32 points a game. He has been able to shoot at such a clip offensively that it makes you wonder if he was even dealing with an Achilles injury at all. And that is a testament to uh, how supreme he is as a player. And while he has dealt with some hamstring injuries uh, throughout this season, he has dealt with COVID. He has dealt with um, a bit of a cap issue as well. The skill that he still possesses, despite missing over a year and a half of basketball, is second to none. He makes the first free throw. We get a timeout, so it's 4:25 to play. We'll stay here. Um, Looking at what he's been able to do uh, with that time off, it just goes to show you where he is at this point in his career and what he truly is to the game cannot go understated. Obviously, with his career trajectory and where it went after um, leaving OKC in the fashion that he did, to go to Golden State, there were a lot that rubbed a lot of people the wrong way. But one thing you can't deny is that Kevin Durant is one of the most skilled basketball players to ever live. At his size, 7 feet, uh, his slender frame allows him to do so much on the floor, especially creating off the dribble. His shooting ability, his ability to shoot over any defender. One of the things that I constantly argue about in regards to his game is that he's so efficient that anytime the more he shoots, the the worse it is for his team because he's always going to take the right shot, and if he doesn't, um, because of his size, he can get more shots off than the average player. But he's so efficient when he shoots in higher volumes, it takes away from the unit and kind of gets them out of a rhythm. So if you're a Nets team, you obviously want Kevin Durant to push the button whenever he needs to, but you definitely conscious of is are others involved while he goes on these scoring binges at times. That's why you see while he scores at such a high clip, you really see Kevin get a lot of 50s and 40s because he plays within the offense. He plays within what the team needs him to do. He scores when he needs to, but he doesn't overwhelm you with points if he doesn't have to. Durant goes 1 of 2 at the free throw line. The Bucks come back. They get a and one opportunity as Bobby Portis gets an offensive rebound, takes contact. We look at this miss, the initial miss from Brent Forbes, top of the key, great shot there, but Portis able to fight over the box out against Bruce Brown, gets the putback, and he misses the free throw. So the free throw line for the Bucks is not kind right now. Bucks shooting 3 of 15 from the floor. Here in this quarter, they need every single point they can get right now. They're 0 of 7 from 3 here in the second quarter. A mid-range jumper from Kyrie Irving, another one of the most skilled players to ever play this game, especially at the point guard position. Starting to get it going offensively. Nets trail by 2, 37 to 35. Connaughton looking for Portis at the rim. Great slip to the rim by Portis as he goes straight up. Kyrie Irving had nothing that he could do there. Bobby Portis went up strong. Great find by Pat Connaughton. So Portis already with 4 points in 5 minutes, 2 of 2 from the floor. Great defense by Drew Holiday against Kyrie Irving. Irving has to kick it out to Joe Harris. Harris misses it off the back rim. Rebounded by Bruce Brown. Brown sets up an alley-oop for Nicholas Claxton. So it's a 2-point game, 37 to 39. Bobby Portis mid-range jumper. He can't get it to fall. Offensive rebound, Bobby Portis. Great tap out there by Chris Middleton. It finds Drew Holiday in the right corner for a huge 3. He needed that in the worst way as the Bucks go up by 5. Holiday, 2 of 7 from the floor, 5 points. Great defense by Brent Forbes as he strips Kevin Durant going to the lane for the layup. Timely stop there for the Bucks. 2 minutes left here in the first half, and a strong finish by Chris Middleton as he drove left and finished with the right hand at the rim. Pardon me, with the left hand at the rim. Middleton now 19 points, 7 of 10 from the floor, 8 rebounds. Kevin Durant draws a foul against Middleton. He'll go to the free throw line for 2, looking to cut this 7-point deficit to 5. As we look at Middleton working the left wing, attacks Bruce Brown going right, but then switches it back to the left hand. Took a bit of contact. Refs didn't give him a call, but Durant will go to the free throw line. His previous appearance at the line, he went 1 of 2. He makes the first in this appearance, so it's 44-38. Both free throws made. So now it's 44-39. Middleton with 19 points. Takes a 3 over Joe Harris, who misses it off the back rim, rebounded by Kyrie Irving. Irving, off the dribble, attacks Pat Connaughton ruthlessly. Misses the floater, though. It rims out. Connaughton gets the rebound. Antetokounmpo going against Nicholas Claxton. Off the left block. Steps back out to the perimeter, backs him down once again. Fadeaway jumper goes off the front rim, rebounded by Durant. Durant working his way to the right wing, looking to kick over to Joe Harris. Almost was a foul against Antetokounmpo, no call. He tried to jump the passing lane. Joe Harris saved it, got it to Durant, back to Joe Harris. He steps into a 3. So now it's a 2-point game, 44-42. Under 50 seconds to play here in the first half. Joe Harris hits his first 3-point shot of the game. He's 1 of 4 from 3. Middleton attacks the baseline, drew a foul. Almost got the M1. Didn't fall, but it will go to the free throw line. Landry Shamet got caught between a rock and a hard place there. Middleton, one of the best free throw shooters in the NBA. This is almost assumed he'll make both of these a constant. And as I say that, I jinxed him. He misses it off the back rim. Middleton, usually within that 50, 40, 90 conversation all the time as efficiency, especially as a shooter in this league, is something to be committed, especially when you look at the pressure that's on him to be a premier shooter. This Bucks team definitely has to compliment Giannis Antetokounmpo at all costs in terms of his flaws and how he gets his offense at times. So Middleton has to be a premier shooter. In the regular season, he does really, really well. But at times in the postseason, because it comes down to his shooting or bust, the Bucks have struggled over the years, the last couple of seasons. He goes 1 of 2 at the free throw line, so the Bucks are up 3. It's a 13-second differential between shot clock and game clock. The Nets have possession. It's 18.5 seconds left, 5 seconds left on the shot clock. Kyrie Irving's pass is deflected out of bounds, so possession will stay with the Nets. Irving will be inbounding. It was sideline out of bounds. Now it goes to baseline out of bounds. Irving is still inbounding. He gets it to Durant. 3 on the shot clock is deflected. Great defense by Chris Middleton. 10 on the game clock here in the first half. Holiday going against Kyrie. Kicks it to Middleton. Middleton misses a 3. It rims out. That would have been a huge 3 for the Bucks to go into halftime with. They went into this quarter up by 19. Now they only lead by 3. The Nets have outscored the Bucks 31-15 there in that second quarter, and that's really a tale of two quarters. The first quarter, Bucks up 30-11. Second quarter, Nets outscored the Bucks 31-15. We'll be back with more. This is the Game of Day by Isaiah presented to you by the Ask Isaiah YouTube page. I'll have stats and so much more. Stay tuned for more. Again, Bucks lead the Nets 45-42. Stay tuned. Welcome back, as it is 7:24 left in the third quarter. The Bucks lead 55-51, 7:16 to go. Giannis Antetokounmpo with 24 points, 11 of 22 from the floor, 11 rebounds. And the three-pointer for Kevin Durant gets this to a 1-point deficit for the Nets, a 1-point lead for the Bucks. With everything that has gone on, it's been a tale of two quarters that really has to tell the story of this game. The Bucks were up 30-11 in the first quarter. The Nets outscored the Bucks 31-15 in the second quarter, and since then, it's been a seesaw game. With everything at stake here for the Bucks, a lot could be made about how they handled the start of that second quarter. They didn't put their foot on the Nets' neck when they had a chance to really break the spirit of the Nets. If anything, the Nets took that as a sign of weakness and really attacked the Bucks at every chance, especially Bruce Brown there in that second quarter. He scored 10 of his 12 points in the second quarter, repeatedly running the pick and roll and finding little gaps for his teammates to set him up. He got a number of floaters, and that really settled in the role players to come in and make key three-pointers now and then. They haven't really been shooting to the degree that we saw in the first two games. But again, if you're the Nets, all you have to do is hang around. All the pressure is on the Bucks right now. They need this win. This win makes or breaks their season. And with everything that the Bucks have gone through over the last couple of years, this falls into the narrative of they're a great regular season team, but can't follow through in the postseason. With that said, if the Bucks win this game and hold serve here at home, then game four can shift this series. And if they win game four, they'll go back to Brooklyn tied 2-2. We'll have a different series. So right now, with the pressure on the Bucks, they're up 1. They led by as many as 19. Let's see how they're able to execute down the stretch. We'll be back with more, as this is the Game of the Day by Isaiah presented to you by the Ask Isaiah YouTube page. Stay tuned. Welcome back. 6:50 to play. Chris Middleton at the rim misses a layup, fighting for the offensive rebound. He doesn't come away with it. Bruce Brown is there trying to get it out to a teammate. He finds Kyrie Irving. Irving attacking Drew Holiday, deflected by Brook Lopez to prevent would have been a wide open three for Joe Harris. All of the momentum is shifted to the Nets. When we look at the shooting of this Bucks team, it's clearly shifted. In the first quarter, they were shooting so well, getting shots, moving the basketball, but now they're regressing to the mean, and they're shooting 42%, while the Nets have been shooting bad all game, really. They're shooting 39%, but the three-pointers are starting to fall in their favor. They're 5 of 20 from 3, while the Bucks are 4 of 20. Their difference in this game has been rebounding. The Bucks have rebounded the Nets 36-31. The free throw line, which has been an issue for the Bucks, they're leaving a lot of money on the table. They're 5 of 12 at the free throw line, while the Nets are 5 of 6. The points in the paint have been an advantage for the Bucks as well. They're outscoring the Nets 30-22 in the paint. Joe Harris has a shot blocked that would have given the Nets their first lead of the game. PJ Tucker finds Chris Middleton. Middleton misses a three. Fighting for the rebound is Antetokounmpo, but it's deflected out of bounds by Bruce Brown. Also, we got to look at total turnovers. The Bucks have 7 turnovers, while the Nets have 5. Bucks have 6 points off of 5 Nets turnovers. The Nets have 5 points off of 7 Bucks turnovers. Brook Lopez misses a three from the left wing. Fighting for this offensive rebound is the Bucks. Great effort by P.J. Tucker and Chris Middleton to save that possession. Mid-range jumper for Antetokounmpo, good. And the Bucks desperately needed that in the worst way to push their lead to 3, 57-54. Giannis Antetokounmpo, 26 points tonight, 12 of 23, 11 rebounds. Kevin Durant, being guarded by P.J. Tucker, sets up Joe Harris. He misses the three. The offensive rebound comes right back to him. He misses the second three, but great effort by Bruce Brown to save that possession. Kyrie Irving, being guarded by Chris Middleton. Middleton almost stole it. Irving finds Bruce Brown, back out to Joe Harris, who gets it to Kevin Durant, and Durant steps into a tough three-pointer. So Kevin Durant keeping the Nets in this game now with 17 points. He's shooting 6 of 18, but he has 10 of his 17 points here in the third quarter. Three-point shot for Brook Lopez. Can he get it back? He does. So the Bucks back up 3. Back and forth we go. We approach 4 minutes to play here in the third quarter. Bruce Brown being given that space. He doesn't want to take the jumper. He goes out to Kevin. Pick and roll for Bruce Brown. Kevin Durant is fouled by P.J. Tucker. P.J. has 4 fouls. And we see P.J. Tucker and Kevin Durant getting into it right now. Both of these players go back to Texas. P.J. Tucker went to Texas 2 years prior to Kevin. And Kevin and P.J., obviously with the Texas connection, have went at each other for some years, especially when P.J. Tucker was with the Houston Rockets and Kevin Durant was with the Golden State Warriors. So there's definitely some history here between both of them. So the initial foul called against P.J. Tucker. He obviously took offense to that, but Kevin Durant said something to P.J. As P.J. was walking away, and as P.J. heard it, they went back and forth with each other. Good playoff conversation. Nothing going too far. Obviously, because of their history with each other, I don't think it'll get any further than just regular conversation. But the refs definitely want to take control of this game. So we get they're giving both of them double technical fouls. P.J. Tucker will stay in the game. He has 4 fouls though, so he stays in the game. Kevin Durant and P.J. both get technical fouls. Durant inbounds to Blake Griffin. Griffin initially looked to pass it, but attacks the paint because Giannis Antetokounmpo overplayed the passing lane and gave the lane up to Blake. Blake hesitant to score at first, but attacked the basket and got a layup. So it's a 1-point game. Bucks up 1. Chris Middleton continues to keep it going. Gets a floater to push the lead back to 3. Middleton tonight playing exceptionally well. 9 of 16 from the floor, 24 points, 10 rebounds as well. Blake Griffin for 3. He misses it off the back rim. Middleton gets the rebound. Middleton going against Joe Harris. Behind the back dribble, he misses it off the back rim. Got just a little bit of space. Good pursuit there defensively by Harris to make it difficult. Mike James looking to go off the dribble, guarded by Brent Forbes. He drops to the baseline. Finds Kyrie Irving. Great find there as Kyrie Irving was moving off of the basketball. And that's how you become a well-rounded scorer. Yes, if you have the ball, you have the defense at your mercy. But can you create for yourself off of the ball? Kyrie Irving showed great IQ there to move off the basketball. Good find by Mike James. So 1 point game. Bucks up one, 62-61. Giannis, one leg fadeaway over Blake Griffin, rims out, rebounded by Durant. 2:48 to play. Nets trying to take the lead. Kyrie Irving thought about a three. Instead steps in for the mid-range, misses it just short. So the Bucks treading water here, staying alive. They get a mid-range jumper, free throw line extended for Drew Holiday. They extend the lead to 3. Timeout called by Steve Nash. 2:33 to play. Bucks clinging on for dear life right now. Brooklyn is shooting horribly, but they're still in it. If you're the Nets, you're very comfortable with where you are because of the explosiveness that you have. If you're the Nets, if you're the Bucks, you have to start knocking down those threes again. The threes have been your safe haven for the entire season, and if you're going to be a title contender this year, if the system is going to be believable, you got to start knocking them down. We'll see how it goes from here. 2:32 to play. Bucks lead by 3. Stay tuned for more. This is the Game of Day by Isaiah, presented to you by the Ask Isaiah YouTube page. I'm Isaiah Rhodes. Stay tuned. Out of the timeout for the Nets. Nets trail by 3. Blake Griffin trying to slam it home over Brook Lopez. Lopez blocks it. Big block there by Brook Lopez, especially considering Blake Griffin has gotten a number of highlight dunks here in this series so far. Big block for Lopez. It leads the Bucks down to the right side of the block, and we got a foul call. But again, a big block by Lopez as Blake tried to finish it with the left hand. Drew Holiday looking to set up Chris Middleton, and a foul is called against Nicholas Claxton. "12 seconds on the shot clock. Drew Holiday attacking at the rim, tried to finish with the left hand, going right. Wasn't a clean finish. And we got a foul against Holiday. He tried to fight for that loose ball. Kevin Durant falls to the ground. So they called a foul against Drew. Drew was going for the loose ball. And obviously, Drew was caught between a rock and a hard place, stuck between Bruce Brown and Durant. So once Durant fell, they were definitely going to call a foul against Drew. Drew was telling the ref that Bruce Brown was holding his arm, but there's but so much he could have did there. So 1:38 to play. And we got a foul against Chris Middleton, and it sends Durant to the free throw line with 10 on the shot clock. So that's the second foul under 2 minutes to play here in the third. Tough call there, obviously, with Durant. If you try to get physical, they're going to call the foul against the defender. That's just the reality. And then also, you got to take into account with everything getting spicy here in this third quarter. Earlier, PJ Tucker and Durant got into it, had a couple of words, just regular conversation, playoff conversation. But the referees are going to be very, very tight with the whistle so things don't get out of hand. Where prior to, they would have let more physical things go, especially in this highly contested game. Durant makes the first free throw. Second one is good, so it's back to a 1-point game. The Nets have gotten into one on numerous occasions here in this third quarter, but every time they did so, the Bucks will come back with the basket just to stretch it. Middleton looking to get Bruce Brown up in the air. He did, and he just missed time. His finish there. That ball rimmed out for Chris Middleton, and the Nets trying to take their first lead of the game. They get it with a setup from Kevin Durant to Bruce Brown. Now, Bruce Brown won't be the leading scorer of this game, but if you look at who the player of the game is, it's definitely Bruce Brown. Bruce Brown has definitely swung the pendulum to the Nets' favor, especially starting back to that second quarter. Middleton for three. He is fouled, and the Bucks needed that in the worst way. That was the Nets' first lead of the entire game. So with 65-64, Middleton will be going to the free throw line for three. So there's contact not only with the midsection from Bruce Brown, but he also didn't give Middleton room to land. So now Coach Budenholzer wants to challenge if this particular shot is a flagrant foul. Uh, this particular foul 20 years ago would just be a shooting foul. But again, the room to land rule comes from the foul that changed the trajectory of the 2017 Western Conference Finals between the Golden State Warriors and Kawhi Leonard. Kawhi Leonard um, was fouled. Well, they didn't call the foul, but Zaza Pachulia stepped under Kawhi Leonard's ankle. He sprained his ankle so severely that it set him back, not only with the ankle injury, but also a quad injury for a year and a half. And he lost the entire 2000, 2017-18 season, and then going to Toronto in 2019, he was never able to, and still hasn't been able to play a full season since. Um, they've been low managing him since that injury, and I think that while he has played in spurts at peak level, he's obviously won the Finals MVP in 2019. He was a champion in 2019 with the Toronto Raptors. A lot can be traced back to that particular injury and how that particular injury changed the trajectory of that Western Conference Finals. Now, the Warriors went on to sweep the Spurs in 2017. They went on to win the championship in 2018. And since then, this particular rule has definitely changed how defenders have closed out. And with the three-point shot being so prevalent now, and the range with which these players shoot, a lot of defensive players have to adjust with how they've been taught to close out for so many years. Middleton makes all three free throws. They determined that the foul by Bruce Brown wasn't a flagrant, so it's 67-65. Bucks lead. They went into the half up three. The Nets actually took a 1-point lead most recently, and now the Bucks are trying to hang on for dear life. 4 seconds on the shot clock. Kevin Durant has to get a shot off. The Nets will not. It will be a shot clock violation. Big stop for the Bucks as the Thanasis Antetokounmpo gets the final block on Mike James. But aside from that particular block, which definitely has gotten the crowd up, you can see the deflections. You can see the scrambling by the Nets. A big block by Brook Lopez on a possession as well at the rim. So this Bucks team definitely understands the circumstances. The Bucks have 5 blocks so far in this game. 2 big ones by Brook Lopez at the rim. 10 on the game clock. Bucks up 2. Chris Middleton with the ball, guarded by Claxton. Middleton looking for Antetokounmpo, and at the buzzer, Durant shoots it from half court. He misses it off the back rim. So we will go into the fourth quarter with a tight game. Bucks up 2 with their season on the line. The Nets lead the Bucks 2-0 in this Eastern Conference semifinals, and the Bucks understand that if they go down 0-3, no team in the history of the NBA has ever come back from a 3-0 deficit. So the Bucks definitely don't want that. They have 12 minutes to close this out. They're up 2. Stay tuned. Welcome back as we start this fourth quarter. The Bucks able to get a basket to push their lead to 4. And as I say that, Kyrie Irving knocks in the 3 to keep the pressure on the Bucks at 69-68. Giannis Antetokounmpo, Brent Forbes, Drew Holiday Brooke Lopez, Pat Connaughton on the floor for the Bucks. Antetokounmpo misses another three tonight. He's struggling from three in ways that the Nets definitely want to see. They're baiting him into taking those threes. He's still trying to stay confident and take them, but if you're the Bucks, you have to adjust your game plan because right now, if he shoots threes, those are basically turnovers. Kyrie Irving trying to draw a foul against Drew Holiday, couldn't get the call. Joe Harris is there, gets it back to Irving, this time on the left wing, spins back to the baseline, pulls up for the three, the mid-range jumper, fading away to the three. Geelong 2, Brooklyn back up 1. This is the second time they've taken the lead all day. Irving 9 of 19 from the floor, 22 points. Drew Holiday back to Antetokounmpo. Antetokounmpo takes contact against Nicholas Claxton. Claxton gets the foul. Look at Antetokounmpo at the free throw line, 2 of 7 tonight. 2 of 7 tonight, 0 of 6 from 3. So when it comes to shooting the ball, he's not shooting well tonight. He's attacking the paint like he always does. He's aggressive, but he's shooting, especially here in this series, 4 of 17 from the free throw line. Big free throw for Antetokounmpo right now as it ties the game at 70. 10:42 to go. At this point, this is really 10:42 to go in the Bucks season. By all intents and purposes, you get a game 4 here at home, but that's really just to save face if you go down 3-0. At the end of the day, the series is over if this Bucks team does not win this game 3. Second free throw is good. So big free throws for Antetokounmpo right now. Milwaukee is up 1, 71-70. 10:36 to go. The Nets have hung around all night. They've weathered the storm. They were down by 19 in the first quarter, cut it to 3 at the half. They actually came back and took the lead in the third. Since then, we've gone back and forth. Sherman takes a 3 over Antetokounmpo. Can't get the 3 to fall. Tough rebound by Nicholas Claxton. Joe Harris misses the mid-range. Harris, left wing 3, misses it. Tough misses here for Joe Harris. Harris had shot so well in Brooklyn tonight, just 1 of 10. And a big 3 from Antetokounmpo in response. His first 3 of the night. He's been shooting so bad overall in terms of jump shooting and at the free throw line. But when it mattered most, he's knocked down a huge 3. Can the Nets keep pace? They're down by 4. Kyrie Irving attacking Drew Holiday. Doesn't get the call. Rebounded Bobby Portis. Drew Holiday looking to push. Gets it to Pat Connaughton. 3-point shot for Connaughton. Air ball. It'll be Bucks basketball. 14 on the shot clock. Kevin Durant coming back into the game. As we look at this Antetokounmpo 3. The Nets baiting him into a 3. He steps into it, takes it with confidence. Finally knocks one down. The Bucks desperately needed that. He needed that. Coming up big here in the fourth. 9:29 to go. Antetokounmpo 31 points, 13 of 26 from the floor, 1 of 7 from 3. 13 on the clock. Antetokounmpo attacking Claxton. Fadeaway jumper from Antetokounmpo off the glass. Can't finish it. Rebounded by Claxton. He gets it to Durant. Durant actually picked up his scoring there in that third quarter. Durant, mid-range jumper over Bobby Portis. Misses it off the back rim. Rebounded by Middleton. Middleton thought he was fouled on the rebound. No call. Middleton takes the screen, goes back to Antetokounmpo, and it goes off of his knee. So these are wasted possessions for the Bucks here. These are opportunities to stretch this lead. It's a 2-possession game. But with the dynamic ability of Kyrie Irving and Kevin Durant, you definitely don't want to waste possessions. 8:50 to go, Nets with the basketball. That's the Bucks' 9th turnover, and the Nets have 6. But we have a turnover here as Nicholas Claxton called for the moving screen. As we see, I'm trying to set the screen against Drew Holiday. He steps out, pushes Drew just a bit. It's a trick of the trade. He got called. He got called for it. Refs caught it. Holiday attacking Shamit at the rim. Holiday can't get the finish. Offensive rebound, Antetokounmpo. 10 on the shot clock. Skip pass over to PJ Tucker. Hand off to Chris Middleton. Middleton gets the switch with Blake Griffin. They have to get a shot off. They do get a shot off. Hits the back rim, but the refs say it's going to be a 24-second violation. Tough situation there as Middleton lost track of the time. Great defense by Blake Griffin as he had to fight over the initial screen and played Chris Middleton out on the perimeter. Great defense from Blake Griffin. Bruce Brown misses a floater. He had been making that all night, especially in that second quarter, to get the Nets back into the game. 4-point game for the Bucks. Step back jumper for Drew Holiday. He missed it. Drew Holiday just shot so bad here in this game. 3 of 12, 1 of 4 from 3. Both teams not shooting well here in the fourth quarter. Brooklyn 2 of 8, Milwaukee 2 of 9. Durant off the glass, great spin as he worked his way in the post. On that right block, was able to spin right to the baseline and get the shot off of the glass. So with 7:33 left, Nets trail by 2, Bucks up 2. Kevin Durant, 21 points, 7 of 21 from the floor, 9 rebounds, 5 assists. And we got a Bucks turnover. At the rim, it'll be Bruce Brown slamming it home as Blake Griffin was able to pick up the steal. Great back tip from Bruce Brown. He was able to leak out. Great outlet pass from Blake Griffin. And we saw an easy 2 by Bruce Brown. Bruce Brown getting into the body of Chris Middleton, able to disrupt the pick and roll between Middleton and Antetokounmpo. Great outlet pass from Blake Griffin again. And the Nets have tied the game at 74. This is Game of Day by Zay, presented to you by the Ask Isaiah YouTube page. Stay tuned for more. Out of that Bucks timeout, Nets have tied it at 74. Antetokounmpo comes back with the mid-range jumper from the left block. 33 points for Antetokounmpo, 14 of 28 from the floor. Bucks up 2, and we get a block by Brook Lopez once again. Kyrie Irving looking to attack that left baseline. Brook Lopez has been anchored defensively already with 4 blocks tonight. He anticipated that floater from Irving and swatted it out of bounds. So it's 9 on the shot clock. Irving gets it to Durant. Steps into a 3. Great closeout by PJ Tucker, making that shot difficult. Bucks up 2 with the basketball. 6:38 to play. Antetokounmpo looking to attack. He falls to the ground. Middleton saves the ball. He gets it to Brook Lopez. Lopez is fouled. That's the second Nets team foul with 6:28. So they're in good standing. They're in good standing right now. 14 on the shot clock. We look at Middleton, 27 points. Antetokounmpo, 33 points. Those two definitely had to step up if this Bucks team would have anything to say here in this series. They've done so far, but it's still 6 minutes to play. We got a mid-range jumper for Middleton. He thought he was fouled. No call. So Nets down 2, looking to either tie or take the lead. They go for the 2. Mid-range jumper, Durant, there's nothing you can do about it. Tough contest from PJ Tucker. But again, you got a 7-foot machine that can score at any moment. 23 points tonight, 8 of 23 from the floor. Bucks are making it difficult, but he has 9 rebounds and 5 assists. Still 5:54 to play. Drew Holiday has to get something going. Landry Shamet guarding Drew. He misses a floater, rims out. Rebounded by Durant. And we got a moving screen called against Bruce Brown. We look at the replay. Brown definitely extended. PJ Tucker sold it just a bit. He sold it just a bit, but hey, the Bucks will definitely take it. Understanding the scoring prowess of a Kevin Durant, if you can deny him from getting a shot, before he even gets into a motion, then you won. Bruce Brown now with 5 fouls, and he's been such an integral part of this comeback for the Nets. Nets were down 19. Antetokounmpo, guarded by Blake Griffin. Free throw line extended. 7 on the shot clock. Giannis downhill is not fouled. They call it jump ball. So there'll be a jump ball between Antetokounmpo and Blake Griffin. Blake Griffin actually was anticipating the drive, able to step back and get his hand on the ball right in time. All ball, great defensive contest. And even if he didn't get the block, Kevin Durant was coming from the weak side to assist with the block attempt as well. So 3.2 on the shot clock. If the Bucks win this tip, they have 3.2 seconds to get a shot off. .5:16 to play here in the fourth. Durant gets it to, Antetokounmpo gets it to Brook Lopez. Lopez had an opportunity to get it at the rim. Couldn't get the shot to hit the rim. PJ Tucker got the rebound, had it blocked. So great defensive possession there for the Bucks. Under 5 to play. The game tied at 76. Nets up 2-0. Bucks trying to save their season. Kyrie Irving looking to set up an alley-oop for Durant. He couldn't get the layup. 3-point shot for Antetokounmpo. He misses it off the back rim and hits the top of the backboard. Tough shot there. I know you want to take the momentum shot. You want to take the kill shot. But are you the player that should be taking that three? 1 3-pointer made all night for Giannis Antetokounmpo. This is not the type of shot you want if your head coach Mike Budenholzer. I know you trust your star players. Giannis Antetokounmpo has gotten them to this point, and you never want to question his effort. But that shot is not the type of shot you want right now. 1 of 7 for 3 for Giannis. 8 on the shot clock. Kyrie Irving takes the 3, misses it. So Kyrie tonight isn't shooting his best. 9 of 22. 15 on the shot clock. Middleton in the post, going against Bruce Brown. Kicks it out to Brook Lopez. 3-point shot for Lopez. Good contest there by Kevin Durant. It's an air ball, but great effort on the offensive glass by PJ Tucker as he's fouled by Joe Harris. As PJ Tucker ran on that baseline, followed that ball perfectly. He knew it was off. He knew where the trajectory was going. Got to it just in time, and Joe Harris pushed off just a bit. So we approach 4 minutes to play. Joe Harris with 5 fouls. Bruce Brown with 5 fouls. 10 on the shot clock. Drew Holiday. Skip pass over to PJ Tucker. Left corner 3. Misses it. Bruce Brown comes away with the rebound. Big rebound for the Nets. That was the ideal shot. PJ Tucker's known for his corner 3s. He couldn't knock down that one. Both teams shooting 37% from 3. Milwaukee 6 of 31. The Nets 7 of 30. Bruce Brown misses that mid-range floater. It was set up perfectly by Kevin Durant. 15 on the shot clock. They go to Chris Middleton. On the left block, guarded by Kyrie Irving. Great contest. Tough miss there by Chris Middleton. We approach 3 minutes to play. Here in this quarter, Brooklyn is 5 of 16. Milwaukee is 3 of 18. Steve Nash calls a timeout with 3:10 to go to settle things down. We look at Bruce Brown. He's on the floor laboring just a bit. Don't quite know what his issue there is, but if he's down for any moment during this game, it's definitely going to affect the Nets. He's been such a key player in his comeback, his effort defensively. He's, again, the floaters that he's knocked down offensively, he's definitely been a threat there. So we'll have to pay attention to that. We'll be back with more as this is the Game of Day by Zay, presented to you by the Ask Isaiah YouTube page. Stay tuned. Welcome back. Out of that timeout, they get a setup for Bruce Brown at the rim, another patented floater of his. Hasn't been able to knock it down here at the same rate as he did in the first half. He's falling short just a bit. Could it be nerves? Are both teams tired? The Nets 5 of 19 from the field. The Bucks 3 of 18 prior to this Chris Middleton mid-range jumper to put the Bucks up 78-76. And Kevin Durant ties the game at 78 with 2:23 to play. This particular score right here is very reminiscent of a 1999 Knicks Miami Heat game. Kevin Durant with 25, 9 of 25 from the floor. Chris Middleton coming right back with another basket. So at this point in the game, it's all about execution. Both teams understand what each team's tendencies are. Can you get a stop? Kevin Durant looking to probe. He takes the pick and roll. Knocks down a mid-range jumper. PJ Tucker closing in from behind, but couldn't quite get there in time. So the game is tied at 80. We're under 2 minutes to play. Nets up 2-0 through the first 2 games of this Eastern Conference semifinal series. Bucks here at home have to salvage this game and save their season. Chris Middleton, step back jumper, off the back rim. Fighting for that rebound is PJ Tucker. He's the only Buck in the paint there. Blake Griffin comes down with the rebound and gets it to Kevin Durant. 1:33 to play. PJ Tucker guarding Durant. Durant trying to fight over the screen. PJ Tucker's there with him. Pulls up for 3. Knocks it down. Tough shot for Kevin Durant as PJ Tucker's there in his face the entire possession. It did not matter. Just a split second, enough to knock in that 3. Nets up by 3, 83-80. We look at the replay. He sets up the dribble handoff with Bruce Brown. Bruce Brown able to shade him just a bit to get PJ Tucker off him for a split second. The 3-pointer is good. Bucks call timeout. It's 83-80. The season is on the line. Can the Bucks come back and respond? We're under 2 minutes to play. Stay tuned. Welcome back. Kevin Durant just knocked in the 3 for his 23rd point of the second half. He's 9 of 17 in the second half compared to the 7 points he had in the first half. He was 2 of 10 in the first half. So he's definitely turned it around, been much more efficient, and really it's just about him settling in with the Bucks defense, understanding how they're going to play him and getting his shots when he wants to. Middleton has been the go-to guy for the Bucks down the stretch here. We get a goaltend as Middleton attacks the basket, takes contact. The layup doesn't fall, but it's a goaltend called against the net, so it's a 1-point game. Brooklyn up 1 with 1:17 to play. We look at Middleton going downhill. It hits the backboard, goes in the rim, and as it's going towards the rim to hit the rim, Blake Griffin's coming down. He grabs the net, which affects the rim in the trajectory of the basketball. So goaltending called against the Nets. Great defense by PJ Tucker to try to deny Kevin the ball. Kevin still gets the basketball, looking to attack, gets it to Joe Harris. 4 on the shot clock. He gets it to Joe Harris. Steps into the jumper. He misses it. That's the ideal play you want if you're the Bucks. Get it out of Kevin Durant's hand. Let other players beat you. At the rim, Giannis Antetokounmpo is not fouled. The shot is blocked out of bounds by Blake Griffin with 14 to play. It's Bucks basketball. Blake Griffin wants to challenge for possession. Chris Middleton, 8 on the shot clock. Over Durant, air ball, rebounded by Bruce Brown. There's a 12-second differential between shot clock and game clock. Nets have the basketball. Bruce Brown, floater, misses it. Rebounded by Antetokounmpo. 17 on the clock. Drew Holiday. He's been struggling from the field all game. At the rim, layup. Holiday makes the layup. 11.4 to play. Big basket from Drew Holiday, and tough decision to be made there by Mike Budenholzer to get the rebound and not call a timeout. He allowed Drew to make the decision, got the rebound. They pushed, no timeout. At the rim, what a move. He goes right at Bruce Brown, spins going right, and still finishes with the left hand. Tough finish for Drew Holiday, who had been struggling all night from the floor. What a finish for Drew Holiday. Tonight, Holiday 4-14, but when it mattered most, he made a huge basket. It's still 11.4 seconds to play. Bucks up one. Let's see how they execute defensively. The Nets have had pressure on the Bucks all night. Let's see if Kevin Durant can get a proper shot off. The previous Nets possession, the Bucks were able to get the ball out of Kevin Durant's hands. He was able to get it off to Joe Harris for a wide open mid-range jumper, free throw line extended. He missed the jumper. That led to the outlet pass from Antetokounmpo going to Drew Holiday. No timeout from the Bucks. They were able to attack. Holiday got to the rim, finished with a layup. Again, 11.4 to play. Stay tuned for more. This is the Game of the Day by Zay, presented to you by the Ask Isaiah YouTube page. Welcome back. 11.4 to play. The Bucks have a foul to give. Nets trying to get the inbound in. They get it to Kyrie. Kyrie on the sideline gets it to Bruce Brown. Bruce Brown against Brook Lopez. He can't get the shot to fall. The Nets foul Giannis Antetokounmpo with 2.8 to play. So this game is not over. The Nets still have a timeout. If Giannis misses one of these free throws, the Nets still have a timeout and they can advance it. So this game is not over. This game is not over. We go back to that possession. The Nets struggled getting the ball inbound. They initially wanted to get it to Kevin Durant. Blake had to go across court to try to get it to Kyrie. Kyrie got caught on the right sideline, and that's what led to Bruce Brown trying to attack Brook Lopez at the rim. Nets had a foul to give, so that foul against Antetokounmpo actually sets the Bucks up in a good way, because now the Bucks inbound to Chris Middleton, who's a 90% free throw shooter. He'll go to the free throw line and look to give the Bucks a 3-point lead with 2.1 seconds to play. We look at the inbound again. Blake Griffin trying to get it to Kevin Durant. Great defense by the Nets. Blake forced to go across court to Kyrie Irving, and Bruce Brown was actually there trying to save it as well. Because they were so far away from the hoop, Bruce Brown had to get the ball toward the rim. Brook Lopez was there. Tough rebound by Giannis Antetokounmpo as well. So first free throw was good for Middleton. Second free throw good. Game is tied at, Bucks up 86-83 with 2.1 seconds to go. Timeout called by the Nets. This gives the Nets an opportunity to advance. So if you're the Bucks, you just defend for 3 seconds. There's 2.1 seconds on the clock. You defend for 3 seconds. You defend without fouling, and you have to make sure that you corral the rebound. If you're the Nets, you have to make sure you get it into one of your go-to guys' hands, that being Kevin Durant or Kyrie Irving. Here in the second half, Kevin Durant has put the game on his back. He's shot more efficiently, 9 of 17 from the floor. He's been able to get tough shots under duress. PJ Tucker is defending him damn near perfectly, but it hasn't been much he can do when Kevin is in such a zone. Nevertheless, he's still staying locked in, making it difficult on Kevin. So you got to give him respect there. If you're the Nets, you have to try to get clean actions prior to the inbound. There's been some issues with setting screens over the last couple of minutes. The Nets have been called for a number of moving screens, and you don't want to get called for a moving screen on a possession like this. You want to get as much clean action as you can to free up either Kyrie Irving or Kevin Durant. 2.1 seconds, you can still get a couple of dribbles off into a shot. But remember, the Nets are down 3, so they need to get a 3 to tie this game. So on the floor right now for the Nets, Blake Griffin will be inbounding, Kyrie Irving, Landry Shamet, Bruce Brown, and Kevin Durant. For the Bucks, Antetokounmpo is denying the inbound. Drew Holiday, Chris Middleton, PJ Tucker, and Pat Connaughton. Kevin Durant gets the dribble off, takes the 3. It goes off the back rim. So the Bucks survive. They win this game 86-83. I'm not exaggerating on that score. This is 2021, yet we have an NBA playoff game that ended with the final score 86-83. Tough, hard-fought game. The sense of urgency was there on both sides. The Bucks knew they needed this win to save their season. They got big time performances from Giannis Antetokounmpo tonight. 33 points. He was 14 of 31. He played 43 of 48 minutes. He was 1 of 8 from 3, but he got 12 rebounds. He got 2 assists. He had 5 turnovers, but yet when it mattered most, he came up big defensively, and you have to give much respect to Chris Middleton tonight. 12 of 25 from the floor and 44 of the 48 minutes. He performed at a high level. 8 of 9 from the free throw line, 3 of 6 from 3, 15 rebounds, 35 points, and some huge baskets down the stretch going toe-to-toe with Kevin Durant. Not only did Chris Middleton performed well, but Drew Holiday came up huge with a big layup as the Nets weren't able to put the stranglehold on the game. The the uh, the Bucks were able to get out, get the rebound, push the pace, and we saw Drew Holiday get a spin move going to his right. He finished with the left hand, which gave the Bucks the lead for good. So for the Nets, they understood what they had to do. They tried to come in and steal one and really solidify and put a stranglehold on this series. They can still do that, but 3-1 isn't as insurmountable as 3-0 is. So if you're the Bucks, you did what you had to do. You held serve for the first game at home. Game 5, game 4 coming up in another 2 days, so you have more time to prepare. Hopefully your role players can get in a rhythm and shoot better from 3, because tonight the Bucks shot horrible from 3, 6 of 31. The Nets didn't shoot that much better, 8 of 32. They were 34 of 94 from the floor, 36%. The Bucks shot 38%. But if you're the Nets, you got to get better contributions from role players. Bruce Brown played exceptionally well, 8 of 17 from the floor, 16 points. He was really instrumental in the Nets coming back in that second quarter. He had 12 of his 16 points in the first half. But outside of Bruce Brown, the bench for the Nets didn't do anything. Nicholas Claxton 2 points, Mike James 2 points, Landry Shamet had 3 points, Joe Harris, a normal reliable shooter for the Nets, one of 11 tonight from the floor, 1 of 7 from 3. If you're the Bucks, you definitely have to adjust some defensive principles. You did make it difficult on Kyrie and Kevin, but some of those role players were getting open shots. So in some respects, you got to make sure that you're closing out on those guys in the same vein that you are Kevin and Kyrie. Kyrie tonight 9 of 22. He fell short toward the end of the game. He kind of leveled off efficiency wise. He had got it to 50%, but toward the end of the game he started missing. He finished 9 of 22. So we'll be back with more as game 3 for this particular series. Let me get that date for you right away. This is June 10th. We go to June 11th. June 11th. It won't be June 11th. Let's look at the scoreboard. Let's get that for you right now so you know exactly when the next game will be. This is Thursday. Game 4 will be Sunday. It'll be Sunday at 3 p.m. So there's 2 days in between this one and the next one. Sunday at 3 p.m. Game 4 between the Nets and the Bucks. Stay tuned for that. We'll be back to cover that. This is a Game of Day by Isaiah, presented to you by the Ask Isaiah YouTube page. I'm Isaiah Rhodes. Thank you for watching. You just finished listening to the Milwaukee Bucks defeat the Brooklyn Nets 86-83.